What's up? Welcome to the Sports Sidebar Podcast. You're tuning in with your boy Rich, and I'm here with my buddies Tom and JD, and we're about to get this thing started. Let's go! Welcome, everybody. Welcome back to another jam-packed episode. How's everybody doing today?
Doing good, Rich. Just got off a good weekend of basketball, college basketball. It's good to have the tournament back. It's a fun weekend, and now I'm jonesing for some more.
Yeah, I mean, I'm doing all right. But my bracket's busted, though. There's no time like March Madness, man. So how you feel about the overall play in the tournament?
Yeah, you can't really beat it. I mean, it's just I know it was a little weird this year having it on Friday start time, but man, that was a fun Friday.
But I mean, it's still great. I mean, we're gonna get another 4 or 5 days coming up this weekend.
Yeah, it's good balance though. I feel like it's you still got 3 1 seeds in there. Houston's still there, a couple 3 seeds, and then you got the Loyola, Oral Roberts. But I think those teams are probably underseeded a little bit. Watching them play, especially Loyola. I mean, that's a really good team right there. But playing in a weak division kind of hurts them. But yeah, I think it's a good balance this year of those back end teams and high seeds.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. But as far as some of these teams not being seeded correctly, maybe that's why we're seeing a lot of upsets. Which one of these losses hurt you the most?
I mean, all of them. So I didn't trust Ohio State, so I wasn't big on them.
I didn't trust Ohio State either, man.
I didn't think the Big Ten was gonna flop like it did.
Yeah, the Big Ten did play horrible. I think they only got one team. None of the teams left. One team. Mm-hmm.
Michigan's left. Michigan's still there, but yeah, not a good showing from the Big Ten. And then, I think the one that hurt the most for me was probably that Texas one. I thought they were playing pretty good basketball going in, and I thought they could have made a run there in that bracket with Michigan. And
yeah, Texas shot cold, man. It was just a cold game for them.
So cold. Yeah, it was bad. And they still had a chance to win it at the end, and couldn't do it. So yeah, that one on night one was just that one hurt. And I know the Illinois one, was painful for a lot of people, and I almost felt a little bad for Illinois because I feel like they got a raw deal getting Loyola in the second round, but it is what it is.
Oh yeah, I had them winning too, but I guess the mask baller did not show up. I had them in my Final Four.
A lot of people did. A lot of people had them winning it all.
Yeah, I had Illinois winning it all, too.
Me too. No.
And look at Iowa. They lost to Oregon.
Yeah, that was another team I didn't really trust.
Yeah, Gonzaga's the favorite right now.
Yeah, I think, Gonzaga's going to be a tough team to beat. I think it's going to come down to Gonzaga-Baylor. Even watching them the other day, and who did Gonzaga play? Oh, I can't remember. Who'd they play right off the bat there, Rich?
Norfolk State, then Oklahoma.
Oklahoma. So even Oklahoma, right off the bat, comes out gunning, right, scoring a ton of points, and Gonzaga gets behind a little bit, and you can tell there's no fear there. They know they just are super confident team. They can do it inside, outside. Suggs is awesome to watch, and that's just going to be a tough team to beat.
But I'm interested to see USC, how they match up. I'm looking forward to the potential matchup of USC and Gonzaga in the Elite Eight.
Yeah, that could be an interesting one. Oregon looked good the other day against Iowa. I know they had that free pass in the first round. Didn't have to play VCU.
And what also messed up my bracket was VCU getting bounced out because of COVID.
That was more like annoying than anything else. Like, I just wanted to see the game. Being an A10 guy.
Yeah, man, it's always good to see our conference do good in the tournament.
Yep. But yeah, I thought Oregon played good against Iowa. The Iowa team doesn't really play defense, but being able to pull out that game was interesting. And now that USC team looked pretty good.
The Mobley brothers.
they put a the Mobley brothers. Yeah, they put a beat down on Kansas.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough for these. For both teams. These teams match up very well. We're gonna see if the USC size makes a difference in this one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, hopefully they beat Oregon. Then we'll see get to see them against Gonzaga. I think that would be a good matchup. I love when these top prospects go head to head. In the tournament, it gives us a chance to see why they rank so high on mock drafts, big boards. Because sometimes we don't get to see them. I mean, college is a huge sport. College basketball is a huge sport. So some of these teams are not put on ESPN all the time. Sometimes they're on ESPNU or ESPN Plus. A lot of people don't have those channels. And then some of these conferences, they have their own networks, which aren't streamed on TV. So you gotta pay to get them. Sometimes like the Pac-12, Big Ten. So it's good to see. That's the great thing about the tournament. You get to see everybody in one spot, and you get to see the top of the top.
It does. Seeing all these guys play, even Cade Cunningham, one game, but watching him play, fun to watch. Or 2 games, sorry. Just a fun.
Yeah, man, he's big, man. 6'8" point guard.
He's big. Yeah. These are the like Jalen Suggs. The first time I really got to see him. I watched a little bit Gonzaga, but really playing a contested game because Gonzaga doesn't really play in those in the regular season.
Yeah, we got NFL. On to the NFL. I mean, we got NFL free agency in full effect again. I mean, how you feel about your Jets, man? They picked up some more people. How you feel about them?
I mean, we kind of know where this all lands, right? I mean, you can make all the moves in the world, but if you don't got that quarterback, you might as well cash it in.
Do you think this changes, your draft, or moving back, or staying put to try to get somebody, or what?
Yeah, it looks like I think they're ultimately they're going to land on drafting Zach Wilson. Is kind of where it looks like they're headed, which is fine. I think ultimately they probably have to move Sam. And maybe that's more of like a draft day type trade, grabbing maybe either a late first round or early second round or something like this, somewhere in the second round. But yeah, with all the Watson stuff that's going on, he's almost like untouchable right now until they can clear his name or he gets suspended. Those are really the only 2 options. If these are all if any of them are factual, he's done for. So.
I mean, these allegations are coming up like crazy. I think right now they're at 16. I think the max. I think they're at suspected about like 22. But this kind of makes me wonder. Don't get this wrong. I mean, a guy should definitely not be assaulting or making a woman feel some kind of way from him being inappropriate and stuff like that. But this makes me kind of wonder. Is this something the team knew about that they're just releasing being that he wanted to trade? Or is this something that that's really valid that just popped up out the blue? The timing of it kind of makes it a little weary. Me a little worried just to see what's going on. But this can definitely also force him to stay in the Texans. Maybe teams get wary of him and they don't want to trade him. But I think a lot of teams still want him though. But I do think it brings down the value of the Texans asking for 3 first-round picks. I think teams only end up offering 2, or maybe a 1 and 2. So you never know.
Yeah, it's definitely a weird one, and they said that it came out, his agent I think or him said that they were basically whoever the first person was trying to extort him and basically wanted to settle for $100K, and he said no way, I didn't do anything. So that that kind of makes you wonder too what's going on. Is it truly, is he truly this bad of a person, or is it, I don't know. Is there some sort of conspiracy going on? There's a lot of questions out there.
I mean, overall, man, this Deshaun situation is a weird situation. It seems like a lot of things that are going on that we don't know about. Yeah,
they're going to get their best value before the draft. You hear some people saying that, is it the team dropping this information or paying people to do this, and because they want to keep him in Houston. But if he doesn't want to play there, that doesn't make any sense to me. He's not going to be happier because he's stuck there. But yeah, I mean, it definitely drops the asking price, because you don't know, if this comes out and he could get suspended for a year or 2 years or whatever. You don't know.
Oh yeah, I think we're gonna have to wait and find out, man. I think his attorneys, getting the names of all the girls now. I think they were hiding a lot of stuff from him, so it's gonna be interesting to see what comes to light from this.
Yeah, maybe, but is it now worth giving up, multiple first round picks for it?
Yeah, but I think given his age and his talent, I think some teams will.
Yeah, I mean, so the problem with that is too, if and maybe not so much with the Jets or the Dolphins, because I think that they could get by. Both those teams would get by with a quarterback for a year. If the Jets had to hang on to Darnold or Tua or whatever, but like if you're giving up like that pick, like you're giving up a high pick that you would draft a quarterback if Watson's not available. You're basically throwing it in for the season, which is fine, but if you've signed guys in free agency or something like that, you kind of burn a year of their free agents, burn a year of that contract too, which kind of sucks.
I think they don't have a problem, waiting. If it, let's say worst case scenario, suspension for a year.
Or maybe you change the way you do some deals. Like I know the Jets recently have been liking to bring these guys in on 1 year kind of prove it deals. And maybe they wouldn't do that if they knew that, they were going to, kind of cash in this season. Not that they would, but if a team like that was doing something, had that kind of plan going in.
I think for a team like the Jets or the Dolphins, I mean, it's pretty much a no-brainer. I mean, let's say if, Houston only wants two ones, I mean, you can pretty much give that up in this draft and, be good for the next few years. You're not really giving them much. Then we got the Giants. I like most of the moves they made in terms of free agency. The only one I wasn't too fond about was the corner. Yeah, I don't know how to feel about the Dory Jackson signing. I felt like there was a few other corners out there we could have got.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you about that because he was on Tennessee, right?
Yep.
With Tennessee?
I wouldn't mind Butler.
Malcolm Butler.
Butler is a little bit older.
Yeah, Malcolm, right?
But I do like the experience. I mean, he had Super Bowl wins. Been in the playoffs a bunch of times. I think that's some things that are needed on the team. That veteran leadership. Don't get me wrong, Adoree does have the youth, so I mean, he could probably turn out that way. But we're just gonna have to wait and see.
So he had a 1 year, $10 million option that the Titans didn't pick up, and then the Giants went and spent $39 million over 3 years. So someone got it wrong, and I guess we'll find out this year who that was.
Yeah, I mean, Tennessee pretty much. I mean, he pretty much got extra $3 million on the market. We're definitely gonna have to see though, because I mean, Tennessee let go pretty much their whole secondary.
Yeah, but if it's a 1 year, $10 million deal, and it's if he's good enough to get a 3 year, $39 million deal on the open market, is Tennessee wrong in letting him go? Because they had the option; they could pick it up for 1 year, not a big deal. Or are the Giants, overpaying a guy and extending him multiple years that maybe isn't that good? So that's the question.
I think they kept one of the safeties outside of that.
Yeah, Kenny Byard, one of the best safeties in the league.
Then the other thing is, they don't really have a pass rush, so their corners were pretty much kind of on the island most of the year. Maybe that changed with Adoree being on the Giants.
Mm-hmm.
The Giants are able to pass rush a little bit. I would love to see us, get something in the draft to help us out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna have to wait and see. I mean, the Giants did the smart thing. They got another corner. Being what's going on in Dallas and Washington. With their offensive weapons. Our receiver.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're gonna need it. We have a solid defense now, but we got to be able to match. What they're bringing offensively to the table next year, and I think they put the pieces in place to do that.
Yep.
But at the end of the day, no matter what, free agents we sign or who we draft, if Danny Dimes doesn't show up,
yeah,
it's pretty much a waste, man. This is his prove year. If he doesn't do it, then you can expect the Giants to be looking for another quarterback in the draft. If it's not next year, possibly the year after, but probably might be next year. The year after, because I think there's only one quarterback coming out, top quarterback, the kid from USC.
Yeah, you never know. These I feel like people start talking themselves into these new quarterbacks like after week one in the college football season. So, yeah, you're right. It all boils down to Danny Boy over there and what he can do offensively with that team. I felt like the Giants' defense was pretty good last year, so I wouldn't be overly concerned there. But yeah, it all comes down to the quarterback, and this is a quarterback heavy league, and that's
Yep.
the reason these guys are making $40 million a year now. And if you don't have that guy, you're not winning a Super Bowl.
Most definitely. Yeah, and then he's going to find himself in the same situation as Trubisky.
But he went to the Bills, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, maybe this is a redemption, to learn some things through, Buffalo's coaching staff. Help him reach his potential.
Yep.
Kind of like, what Jameson did over at the Saints to learn a few stuff, rebuild himself back up.
That's just what I mean. He might actually have a really good job because he just gets to hang out behind Josh Allen and make some cash. Yeah, I got to find the right coach. And I know Dable does a good job up there in Buffalo, but when the season's over, I think it's really going to be dependent on who Mitch finds for a head coach, and get in the right system and adapt the system to his strengths as opposed to trying to get him to change, right? And that's kind of what you're talking about with Jameis is, he went to a good situation because he's behind Breeze, and now he has, he's in the same spot obviously, but Sean Payton is there, and Sean Payton's a really good offensive guy, and him and Breeze did a lot together, and I think that Sean Payton has the eye to figure out how to best put an offense around a guy like Jameis Winston.
Then we got the NFL mock draft. I mean, your boy Mel put out his 3.0. I mean, he's got the Jets taking the quarterback. So where would you like to see them go with that number 2 pick? Do you mind them getting a quarterback, or would you rather them go somebody else?
Yeah, I kind of go back and forth on this one. It to me, it really depends on how you value Sam Darnold. If you think that he has the talent to be a number 1 quarterback in this league, then I say you trade back and get, fill some other spots, whether it's line or skill position, like wide receiver, tight end, or secondary. They need help. They have a lot of gaps that they need filled. But if you're not all in on Sam Darnold, then you got to go quarterback at number 2, or trade for another quarterback. Which if it's not Watson, I'm not sure I want, anyone else that's out there, or Russ Wilson, obviously. But yeah, other than that, I'm taking Wilson number 2.
What about the second pick?
So Jets, that second pick, I'm guessing they're going to go defensive back. If I were to guess, I think they're going to try to grab a cornerback. I don't know the cornerback market as well. I know that Surtain's out there, but he's probably going to go early.
The other corner from Virginia Tech is good too. That's the one that opted out.
Oh, the kid from Virginia Tech. Yeah.
And there's another good corner from South Carolina.
Who does Mel 3.0 have the Jets drafting at 23?
O-line.
O-line, yeah, so that's another one, right? So O-line and cornerback, I think, are going to be their two biggest spots that they want to fill in the draft outside of, potentially the quarterback, number 1. How about the Giants? What are the Giants going to do now that you got a brand new toy in Kenny Golladay?
I mean, for the Giants, he's got us taking the outside linebacker from Georgia. I wouldn't mind that pick. But, I have an order, depending on if here's the thing. If one of these quarterbacks, slips, I wouldn't mind taking him.
Quarterback? Would you take Mac Jones if he was there at 11?
I wouldn't take Mac Jones. But I wouldn't mind taking the kid from North Dakota.
Trey Lance, Justin Field.
I'm not really sold on Fields.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the other 2 are going early. So outside of that, I would definitely take one of these weapons.
Yep.
Definitely Waddle, Smith, or Pitts falls. I would definitely go them. That would be my second option.
Yep.
And then outside of that, my third option, I'm definitely going to go defense.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind going another pass rusher. The kid from outside linebacker from Georgia. That would be a good one. Or even the defensive end from Miami. He's like 6'8". That would be good size with him, paired up with him and Leonard, pass rushing the quarterback.
Jeez.
Or, I wouldn't mind them even getting another corner.
Wouldn't hurt you.
Let's say Surtain falls, or, just in case, a little backup in case the thing with Jackson doesn't work out, or even the corner from Virginia Tech. So that would be a good one. And having another corner won't help, especially in our division. With Washington picking up Samuel, the Cowboys they're pick with their wide receiver sets.
Yep. Yeah, it's not. You can't go wrong with the defensive line picks normally. Those guys are usually pretty solid. Those high drafted linemen.
So it's going to be good to see. Crazy thing about it is, as excited as free agency is, and us getting these players we like in the draft, if the quarterback doesn't show up to play, then it's pretty much a wash, pretty much a waste.
It doesn't matter. It does not matter.
Then on to the NBA, we got NBA trade deadline approaching. You think how you feeling about your Celtics, man? You think they're going to make any moves to get anybody, or what?
Yeah, somewhere around there. They're like a game out of fourth, so it's the East is wide open. Outside of the top three spots, or top two spots, three. The Nets, Milwaukee, and Philly. I think everyone else is kind of jammed up there in the middle. I keep going back and forth on it. Like, I know they got a lot of ties right now into Aaron Gordon, out of Orlando. I don't know. He seems like, he's a good player. He's fine. I don't know. He doesn't wow me. He's not one of those guys that hops off the chart at me. He would, fit a need for them, a bigger guy that can score. But he just, I don't know. He just seems like a little soft to me for some reason. I don't know what it is. Maybe he's not. Maybe it's just, me thinking about him in the dunk contest and thinking that's all he can do. But I don't know. I like, now that Toronto looks like they might blow it up. I don't mind a guy like Norman Powell. If they can get a hold of him, he wouldn't be a bad guy. Collins from Atlanta would be nice, but he's going to be looking for a max deal next year. And the way Atlanta's been playing, I doubt they do anything down there. So I don't know.
Oh yeah, I don't think trading Tatum or Brown, would be worth it. But I could definitely see them using that trade exception.
But yeah, I don't know. I go back and forth. As long as it's nothing if they're gonna get draft picks, go for it. We got like 1 million draft picks and 1 million, 18-year-old guys that are sitting around somewhere. So if you're gonna do that, go ahead. And honestly, if you have to include one of the younger guys in the deal, that's fine with me. They got a ton of them. I'm not at the point ready to give up a Jaylen Brown or someone like that to make a big move. I'm not there yet. I know a lot of people have been talking about it, but I'm not at that point.
They have to use the trade exception, right? They have to use it now, right? Or they lose it?
They can use it in the off season, but then it goes away. Yeah.
Right. So maybe they do use that to try to get somebody. Yeah, there's also rumors the Lakers shopping around Montrez. Trying to looks like they're trying to get another scoring guard.
I'm surprised they'd want to move on from Montrezl Harrell that quickly.
It looks like they're targeting one of the bigs in the buyout market.
Yeah, I liked his game. I like what he brings off the bench, but yeah, you might be right. You might be right there. I don't think he thrives in that bigger role either. So I don't know. I think he's like the perfect 6-man kind of player, right?
Yeah, man, he doesn't seem to fit the lineup to me. Who knows? Maybe they keep him. He just feels out of place to me on that team.
Yeah, I would say they got a couple of guys that can come off the bench.
I feel like they need a bigger big, kind of like a shot blocker, similar to like Dwight or McGee. Somebody come off the bench and block some shots for them. And I feel like Kuzma at the end of his rope. I feel like he's not getting much better than they expected. I kind of feel like they thought he would be the best out of the younger talent they had. When they had Lonzo and Ingram. That's why they held on to him so tight. But I feel like he's not I don't want to say living up to potential, but I feel like he's pretty much capped out on his potential right now.
Yeah, he's like up and down. I feel like he's kind of all over the place. But yeah, I think they had a lot of they're hoping that he would turn into that perfect 6-man or even break the starting lineup. They gave him a decent amount of money. I think it was this past off season, right? Like 3 and 30 or something like that.
But that's an easy deal, easy contract to move.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And the Rockets seem to be blowing it up. I mean, looks like they're not going to try to make a push for the playoffs.
Yeah, it seems like they're, you lose how many ever games they lost in a row, 16, 17 games in a row. Probably time to blow it up. And I know that Christian Wood wasn't, there for all of them for the most part. But yeah, you gotta change it. You're out of it at that point. I know Oladipo's, I've heard he's turned down a few contracts. So, you don't want to lose him for nothing either. So probably a good time to just blow it up and start over. You think the Knicks make a move?
As far as the Knicks, man, I don't know. I'm kind of torn. Mm-hmm. I like what we have right now, but I do think we need some additions. But the thing is, I really don't want to give up, some of the core pieces we have right now.
Yeah, right.
To try to get anybody. I kind of feel like we're in a mellow situation where we have some people that could possibly hit free agency, and those people we could pick up. So it doesn't make sense to trade for them right now. Worst case scenario, we keep everything as is and we build through the draft.
Yeah. So, sometimes that works, but then you're also taking a chance that you can't get the guy to sign there in the off season, right? I mean, that was always the Celtics' problem, and even when they got Garnett, they had to trade for Ray Allen first, and do that sort of commitment because he didn't. Historically, people don't want to, go to Boston. It's, Miami or, these places that L.A., even, the Knicks have done okay there. But now it seems like these guys want to go to Brooklyn or just want to team up together somewhere. So sometimes you gotta take the chance. But I know what you mean. You don't want to blow up everything for a guy that isn't as good as you thought he was, or you don't have as good of a supporting cast as you thought you did, and now you have you're kind of left with one guy and a bunch of junk around him.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. I mean, you might have missed out on these people trying to sign them. But I'd rather be stuck with the core players we have right now. At worst we're a 500 team. Yeah. Right? And then maybe we get a top pick. The way this lottery's been going. I mean, ever since they changed it, 2 years ago, we had one of the top 4 best chances to get Zion. Obviously, it didn't happen. We slipped to 3rd. And then the following year, we had another shot at it. Same thing. So, I mean, but you never know. So, there's no guarantee like back in the old day. If you had the worst record, you can get the top pick. Plus, we got 2 first-round picks. So, I mean, that gives us an option to get two good players or possibly move up to try to get somebody else, another impact player. So you never know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't want to be in a situation kind of like how we were back in the day when we wanted Melo instead of just waiting for him. We gave up a lot of good pieces, Wilson Chandler, Gallinari. We had a good team that year. Who's to say if we kept on those pieces and signed Melo, the team would have been a lot better. We would have had a lot more depth. I mean, I just don't want to give
I'm
up.
with you.
The farm, betting on a risk as far as these,
right.
Free agents go.
That's why I like those rumors with like Harrow to go into Toronto for Lowry. Like to me, it just doesn't make sense. You got Harrow on a rookie contract for 2 more years, and I know that Miami said he's untouchable. I also am not sure I necessarily agree with that, but. Why does Miami do that deal unless they think they can win a championship this year?
Then we got the Lakers. We got LeBron and AD out. I feel like LeBron is never injured.
No, he had that groin a couple years ago. Remember, he was out for a while.
Yeah, he did, but I mean, he's as healthy as it comes, so he's really out.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't.
Do you think the Lakers slip? You think they slip in the rankings or what?
Yeah, no, I think they're absolutely going to slip. That West is tight. the Suns, Utah, Clippers. I think they're gonna drop. I don't know how far, but I watched a little bit of the Pelicans game last night, and they're just not a good team with one or two of those guys out. One or both of those guys out. I think that if they can play 500 while they're out, that's a huge win. I think it's probably less than that. I bet they're probably playing in the 350 to 400 winning percentage while those guys are out. The West is just tough.
Oh yeah, I think I definitely agree with you. That I think they're going to be some slippage. It's going to be interesting to see what they, how they finish. But I feel like it's kind of like destined stars. They got. I feel like they fall a little bit. They win their first round matchup, and then we get to see them play the Clippers in that second round. It's kind of what we've been waiting for. LeBron versus Kawhi. Anthony Davis, and a potential playoff P. Hopefully he shows up. Otherwise, he's going to be P.
Just P.
Yeah, P. So I think that's going to be a good matchup to see.
Yeah, right now, sure, it's still kind of like playing in the bubble, but I think that can change if as we progress through this vaccination and things like this. So I honestly, I'm with you on the. I don't really think it matters where they are ranked, and I don't think that it would matter whether there was full attendance or not. I think that they're a proven duo, proven team, so I think that they'll be able to come playoff time. I think they'll be ready to go. The problem is if they get like you don't want to have too many of those matchups, right? Where you have to go through Utah and Phoenix, and you know what I mean? Like, it just takes a toll on the team. It's the upside of being the 1 seed is you can get an 8 seed. Not that that's a walk in the park in the West, but it's better than walking into a 4-5 matchup and then having to play the 1 seed next. So just makes the path a little more difficult for them, but I don't think it's anything they can't handle.
We have the tragic news: LaMelo broke his wrist, out for the season. It sucks. So he was putting on a show. A great rookie to watch. It looked like he was out there having a lot of fun. Ever since they put him in the starting lineup, he was putting up about 27 to 6 a game, which is great. Unfortunately, he's probably not gonna get Rookie of the Year. For him being out for the latter half of the season.
Yeah.
But I'm sure he's going to be back next year in full effect.
Yeah, I agree. Yep. So he might come back if Charlotte's in the playoffs, but I would assume that they're not going to push it with a young kid like that who's having a really good season. Kind of unfortunate, right? He's been playing really well. Yep. Yeah.
If he doesn't come back, it's going to suck. He's going to miss out on pretty much being Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, definitely. You'll have, 3/4 of the season under his belt. Like I said, it stinks because, it's guys like this that, like, towards the end of the year, you want to watch and things like that. So, especially as they get more comfortable.
But, I feel like, he will come back. He's going to come back stronger next year.
Yeah.
Yeah, similar how, Zion came back, this year. He's pretty much tearing up the league right now.
He's a beast.
Oh, yeah, so efficient. I'm looking forward to seeing him develop a shooting game. Hitting some threes, mid-range jumpers, all around game. But, right now his inside game is just so dominant, it doesn't even matter.
Yeah, as long as he can continue to stay healthy, he's gonna be a dominant force. Baseball's starting up next week. I don't think anyone even realizes it.
I feel the same way. People don't even realize hockey's going on right now.
Hockey's had just a weird season with, like, this COVID stuff and games getting postponed. I feel like I don't know. It just seems like they're quicker to postpone, and obviously the NBA has less players, but they're very quick to postpone games in the NHL.
Yeah, it seems like the NHL is not worried about like a minimum amount of players to play a game. It just seems like if somebody tests positive, they pretty much, postpone the game.
Yep.
They're not taking any chances. And it's that time again. It's that time again, everybody. It's time for JD's Bites and Brews. What you got for us?
It's that time. So, it's getting nice out up here in the Northeast, so I figured we'll, throw a steak recipe out there. So, one of my favorite things to do in the summertime is grilling steak, and obviously there's a million ways that you can do it. But the old, I like to go the old-fashioned way sometimes, and so what we did this week is got a couple of get your cut of choice. We went with ribeyes this week. So take a ribeye, take it out probably about an hour before you want to start grilling. Give it a little salt and pepper, all sides, and then let it rest for a little bit. Let it kind of get to room temperature, and then while that's going on, I like to serve it with a compound butter. So I do a garlic and basil herb butter. So whip that up, throw it in the freezer, let it kind of harden. Throw the steaks on the grill. Usually, 2-3 minutes per side, high heat. Pre-oil the grill so nothing sticks there. But pull it off, throw the compound butter on it, let it rest.
Okay, wait. Are you you putting the butter on the grill?
On the steak. No. Well, so pull the steak off the grill, throw the compound butter on, cover it with foil, let it kind of rest and melt in, and then slice it up and serve. And normally we do, like onions and peppers on the grill, and then maybe another vegetable, or if you want to starch, you can do a potato. This time, did a crispy skin potato. So about 75 minutes in the oven. Just rubbed in vegetable or a canola oil with a sea salt, and just cook it uncovered.
Oh, okay.
And you get a nice little crispy skin on it, and then it's almost like a crispy skin baked potato.
I mean, the main question is, man, how do you like your steak, man?
I like mine rare to medium rare. Depends on the. What do you like, it medium?
Oh, you're a little too red for me, man. I'm more of a medium type of guy.
Yeah, I like it. It depends on it. It really depends on the cut of steak for me. Ribeyes I typically like a little more rare. But yeah, I live in that rare to medium rare, 125, 130 degrees. It's good for me.
So you're only cooking it for like a minute, I feel like.
Yeah, depending on how hot the grill is, yeah. Usually it's 2-3 minutes aside. Will we get into the potato?
Tell me you do a loaded potato.
Normally I would say yes, I do. Sour cream, cheese, bacon on top, maybe some scallions.
That's the way to go.
In this one, I did not. I put the compound butter that had the basil and the garlic and put that in there. I didn't have any. I thought I had some sour cream. I didn't. So it was a pretty basic potato.
I mean, a loaded baked potato is always the way to go. Or
I hear you.
Or even just a little sour cream in there. I used to do these like styled baked potatoes, so like different flavors. So I used to do like a shrimp one.
Ooh.
So I used to load it up like kind of like you make a baked loaded potato, but I used to do like different meats. So I used to do scallop wrapped in bacon. I used to do the shrimp one.
Ooh, yeah.
I used to do like a shredded chicken one. So just season the chicken, load it up into the baked potato, or just do a stuffed baked potato. So like you bake the potato, then you take out like all the insides,
mm-hmm.
and then mix it in with like I'm gonna say kind of like a pot pie type deal. but like you just mix it up. Like you throw in your, let's say you make them. It's like a recooked loaded baked potato. So
Okay.
the inside is full with like diced up shrimp, bacon,
Oh yeah.
cheese, and all that stuff, and you just put it back in the baked
Yeah.
potato and let it rebake. Or
Twice baked
so
potatoes.
yeah, so it's pretty good. Or I used to do the
Yeah.
Hasselback potatoes. Those were
Oh yeah, those
fun
are good
too.
too.
But it takes a lot of time to do those. You got to cut them right. If you don't cut them right,
It does.
you mess it up. It's like doing the blooming onion.
Yep.
It's easy to make, but like if you don't cut it right, then it starts falling apart.
Done.
And then what you drinking with that?
All right. So this week, one of my buddies went to Southern Connecticut and went to this brewery called Transcend.
Okay.
They make a variety of beers, but one that stood out to me was it's called True Colors Mahalo. So it's part of their smoothie style fruited sour. I guess it's one of their kind of ones that they rotate in, so they do different flavors of it. But it's just one of their styles. So it's a passion fruit, raspberry, mango, coconut, marshmallow, lactose, and vanilla.
Mm-hmm.
It comes in at 6%. And some of these can be hit or miss, and this one I feel like they nailed it.
Okay.
It tastes like you're drinking almost like a pina colada style smoothie that's maybe a little fruitier and sitting on the beach, and that's kind of where it brought me. It was really just solid, kind of thick, but really flavorful. I mean, just bursting with flavor. I thought it was fantastic.
I mean, you had me at pina colada. It sounds. I'll definitely have to give that a try.
Yeah, it was really good. I mean, I'd probably put it at like a 9.2 out of 10.
Oh, that sounds like the game changer right there.
Yeah, I guess I'm partial to anything with like coconut in it. I mean, there's a couple other breweries around here that do like IPAs with coconuts, and oh man, are they delicious.
Yeah, that sounds like one of those you'd be drinking all night.
Yeah, no. It goes down smooth. You might just get full before you get a buzz. That's the only problem, which is fine.
Oh yeah, I mean, as long as it's good, that's what really matters. If you can like drink it, if you can drink it and eat it, or you could drink it, with eating food, or even if you can. I'm not one to recommend mixed drinks, or mixing alcohol as far as like drinking the dark and the light. But if it doesn't mess up your palate from trying different drinks, or drinking a beer with it or something else, then I mean that's good to go.
Oh yeah, it's good.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to add that to the list for the summertime madness.
Yeah, no, it definitely is. It's in that category for sure.
And then we got the shows for the week. I got the BRR on a few shows. So we finished up Genie in Georgia. I don't know if you finished that yet.
Oh yeah.
How'd you like it? Before I give you my review on it.
It was okay. Definitely, teeny bopper-ish. I guess I probably wanted more storyline on the mom and her past. I got a little bit of it out of there, but I feel like there's still a lot to unravel there. We don't know anything about the son's dad, and he kind of this something like that. So I feel like there's still a lot to open up there.
Yeah, I feel like that's they were saving that. They're saving that for season 2. Spoiler alert with the daughter leaving. That kind of pissed me off too. Like your mom's. I understand your mom. You feel like your mom's not the greatest person. Her like scamming people, but she's doing everything for the kids. I feel like her ditching out could have been avoided with like a simple conversation. And then I think the friends turning on her caused her to also want to leave as well. So
Yep.
and it also felt very it didn't start off like that. It felt very like high school drama um type of show as it started trailing towards the last few episodes.
Yeah. 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 I honestly like didn't really care much for like that part of it, right? Like yeah, she slept with the brother, but like honestly, like didn't really know you at all. Like, how does that? I guess I understand the girl being pissed off about her not telling her, but like it is what it is, right? It happened. It's just like deal with it. But I guess that's kind of the high school part of it.
Yeah, that and the girl breaking up with her. So it seemed like everything was just
Oh
tumbling at
yeah,
the end, which caused them to
right.
everybody to fall apart.
Yeah, yeah. You have this, what seems like a good relationship between Max and the Sophia or Sophie, and then yeah, just drop the ILU bomb and that's over.
Yeah, pretty much.
So so yeah, and obviously and the other thing that was weird was like the mom getting mad at Georgia for not telling her that her son was trying to sneak into her daughter's room.
Yeah. But I mean, I felt like that was just part of the plot for everything to fall apart. Um, but I mean, it's going to be. I don't know. I don't know if I'll be, one of the first people to check out another season of it. But if I have time and it happens to be on, then I'll probably check it out.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Then we had the. I know you didn't want to watch it. We had the Justice League Zack Snyder cut. Um, Pretty much a 4-hour movie, a redone Justice League movie. Visually, it was definitely a lot better. I don't know. Did you get a chance to check it out?
I didn't watch it yet. No.
Oh, okay. Visually is a lot better. But I also feel like it's 4 years um, done too late. Um, but I mean, this does give them a nice little foundation to build from as far as the DC movies. But I don't know if they'll ever catch Marvel right now at this point, because I mean, Marvel's getting ready to get into the serious stuff with the X-Men and Fantastic Four. So I mean, it's going to be pretty hard for them to beat.
Yeah, definitely.
And then we had the college admission scandal. I don't know if you watched that yet. It was
I did not yet. Nope.
new doc. I'm not going to spoil it for you. New documentary on Netflix about the this guy called Rick Singer. He was the guy that was helping these celebrities and rich people get their kids into colleges, some of the top colleges. Um, I can't really say nothing without give it away, but definitely want to watch it. But it's just crazy how after you watch it, nobody at the school, like the college or the university, they didn't really get in trouble. Um,
It's still amazing how that happened.
yeah, and the thing, it makes you wonder: is it still going on today? Because they talk about they talk about the back door and the side door, and there's definitely the back door dealing still going on.
Yep.
But definitely watch it, and we'll talk about it next week. I don't want to give anything away.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much it for the BRRs this week.
Nice. Yeah, we got Kong Godzilla next week. Mortal Kombat coming out. We got some movies coming. Well, Tom doesn't seem too excited about them.
Yeah, Tom just cares about Funko right now. So if it's not Funko, he doesn't want to hear it. But yeah, we got some stuff, and I started watching The One on Netflix. I'm only like 2 episodes in. It's about this lady who comes up with this program where like you can send in like a DNA sample, and it'll tell you who your partner is supposed to be.
Isn't there a Black Mirror episode like that?
Yeah. Well, it's not, but you don't like send stuff in. It's just like yeah, you just get matched. But these people are getting matched based off like DNA.
Gotcha.
it's just a lot of messed up situations because people are like in full fledged relationships, trying to figure out if the person they're with is really the one, and then they're sending in like each other's hair to see if they're the right match for the person or not, and then they find out that person's supposed to be matched with this person, so they're going crazy. But it seems like the person that's matching people is doing some shady stuff behind the scenes. So you might not be that person might not really be your match. So far so good. So we'll see how it ends up.
Nice.
And I think that's pretty much it.
I want to thank y'all for rocking out with your boy Rich, JD, and Tom here on the Sports Sidebar Podcast. Give y'all something to ride out on.